How impressive were the Cavs last night, Shannon?
I'm going to give them a C.
A C?
I'm going to give them a
You?
C, Skip. Yeah.
LeShannon gives them a C?
Yeah, but I'm also realistic. Although you don't think I am realistic and objective, I really am. Skip, I think for 3 quarters, they played about as well as they could possibly play. 32 points in the first quarter, 31, 33, and then they tailed all the way off in the fourth quarter to 21 points. And the reason why I gave them a C is because LeBron was the turnovers. The turnovers is what kept the Pacers in the ball game. And LeBron was sloppy. I mean, you look at his stat line, 25, 10, 7, 4 and 4. 4 steals, 4 blocks. And you're like, wow. But then you go a little further, the last column, 8 turnovers.
Oh.
8 of their 18
You
turnovers.
noticed.
Yes, I
So
did.
he was going for a quadruple double.
No, he
right?
was not going. I mean, but I just think the thing is he needs to take better care of the football because an 18-point
He
lead
does play football.
should have.
Basketball.
I mean,
Well,
basketball.
he's a freight train. We know he plays
Freight
football,
trainism.
right? Yeah.
LeBron needs to understand. I know he does understand. When you have an 18-point lead, you need to push that to 25, 30 and get out of the ball game. Play 40-plus minutes game one, played 42, another 40-plus minutes last night. At some point in time, maybe these minutes are going to catch up with him. So if you can get a big lead, you get out of the ball game. Skip, when you look at the big three, they scored 89 points. It's really hard. And people are like, well, why is it so hard? Because if you look at it, okay, they do a great job of trying to get Kevin Love going early. Kevin Love is 4th in field goal attempts in first quarter in the regular season. Kyrie is 8th. LeBron is 37. So what LeBron is saying, Kevin, you're really the only guy that can't go get your own shot. We're going to make a concerted effort to get you involved early because Kyrie and myself can go get our shots at any time. And if you look at the second quarter, LeBron had it going. Then the third quarter, Kevin Love and Kyrie got it going. And the thing is, it's hard for guys to maintain rhythm because once a guy gets it going, the other 2 guys stand around and watch. There are very few teams that have 3, 4 guys. Golden State has 4 guys, 3 for sure, that once they get it going, the other guys just, okay, you go do your thing. And that's what the Cavs have, if there's such thing as a problem, is that when LeBron gets it going, Kevin Love is just standing around, so is Kyrie. And then they switch, they alternate. But I was happy to see Kevin Love. You talk about efficient. How's 27 points on 6 shots sound? Sounds great. And then Skip. The last half of the third quarter in the fourth, got it going. That's what Paul George was talking about when he was giving it to Lance Stevenson. And then Kevin Love said, hold on, wait a minute, let me at it. Let me get some of this. Then he was giving it to him. Ooh, I was loving it. You were loving it too. You was mad, Skip. I know you was mad. Because LeBron got it going again in the second. Ow! Oh, Skip, I was like, stop it. Don't do Skip like this. Because I know he watching. I know he watching.
Watch every
Yes. But Skip on the defensive end. It's concerning to me because you'll see 2 or 3 series, they'll rotate perfectly. And then on the 4th series, the guy get a layup and everybody's looking at. I'm like, dude, y'all just did the same thing 3 series in a row, 3 consecutive plays. You did a great job of rotating. Everybody knew they were supposed to be. They did a great job. If you notice, Skip, every time Paul George goes to a corner, they rush him. They don't get the ball out of his hands. So I'm going to give them a C because they played sloppy. And in the fourth quarter, they let the Pacers get back in a ball game. They should have blown them out.
By the way, just a quick thought. You were raving about Kevin Love's efficiency last night. On 6 shots, he had 27 points. But in the second game, Kawhi Leonard on just 9 makes had 37 points. So just on efficiency, because Kawhi made 19 and 19.
No, hold on. He shot the ball 14 times. He shot 14.
Made 19 of 19 free throws, and Kevin Love had a good night. He had 12 out of 12, so he's kind of like a poor man's Kawhi. But
Stop it, Skip. Yeah, we'll talk about that bogus, all those calls they got in San Antonio
we'll
a little later.
About that in just a little bit. Back to your Cavaliers. If we're doing letter grades, I'm going to go D-.
Oh, stop it!
Well, you did C, so I got to at least stay objective over here.
How is that objective and give him a D-?
You're extremely subjective, LeShannon. But the point is that I'm having a hard time taking this question very seriously because I'm having a harder time taking the Indiana Pacers seriously at all. They finished the regular season 42-40. that was just what the doctor ordered for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I'm going to say it one more time. Over the last 46 games of the regular season, they went 23-23. And how fortunate were LeBron and company to fall into the 2 seed to get the 7 seed, the Pacers, who are no match for these Cleveland Cavaliers. This is a mismatch. This should be a sweep. And here we have, and I'm going to get to this in just a little bit, but we have the quote-unquote best player on the Pacers. Their quote-unquote leader, as you just said, saw in the soundbite we just played. He's leading the playoffs in only one category so far, and that's finger-pointing and blame deflecting off himself.
More than Paul George?
No, I'm saying that is Paul
Oh,
George.
okay.
That's the guy.
Okay,
that's
I thought you were talking about LeBron. Okay.
No. I'm saying Paul George is. And so what we have here in the Pacers is a troubled and terribly average basketball team that is trying to, that keeps hanging in games with the Cleveland Cavaliers that they have no business hanging around in. So let's look at what happened last night. As you point out, they played really well, and they should play very well against this team for almost 3 quarters because they're up 19 with 2 minutes left. Let's give them 3 quarters because they're up 18 going to the 4th quarter, as LeBron just pointed out in that soundbite. But here we went again because the team that struggled down the stretch, the team that can't close, the team that lost or blew a 26-point lead at Atlanta was at it again last night because I was just dumbfounded. I just thought this would be a complete wipeout. You were asking me to predict it yesterday, and I'm like, I'm not going to predict. I mean, Indiana's got no shot, especially after they had their shot to steal game 1. I thought they would just psychologically collapse in game 2, and it looked for a long time like that's exactly what was happening. But I forgot it's Cleveland in the King's house, and these are not the same Cavaliers of a year ago. Cleveland with no D.
Yeah.
Because they ranked, what were they, 22nd in defensive efficiency. And by the way, these Pacers were 17th in defensive efficiency. I'm sorry, 15th in defensive efficiency.
Pretty good.
So they're very terribly average on defense. So
I'm glad the Grizzlies finished first in the West. And the San Antonio Spurs drew them in the playoffs.
Yeah, Memphis is really physical and really difficult, but we'll get to that a little bit later here. So what happened with 3:41 left, the star of the other team, Paul George, the guy who's really thinks he's a superstar and has never come close to being that, he had a 3-point shot to cut it all the way down to 6, which was shocking to me. And of course, he missed that shot. And then with 1:11 left in the game, Paul George had another 3. Paul, are you watching? Are you listening? He had another 3 to cut it all the way down to 2 points. With 1:11 left, this could have been a 2-point game if Paul George makes his 3, and he missed his 3. So what was happening, meanwhile, on the other side? Where was the king? Again, you point out that he had 8 turnovers in the game, which helped keep Indiana afloat. But down the stretch, from the 9:19 mark of the 4th quarter all the way down to 4:53, I don't know where LeBron was. He didn't take a shot. Okay, I'll give him that. Maybe he's trying to get Kyrie to close. I don't know. But over the last 4:53 of the game, LeBron James went 1 for 5, okay? That's not exactly closing. He missed a turnaround, then he missed a 3. He made a really nice floater in the lane with 2:02 left, but that put him up 7, so it wasn't exactly a big clutch shot. Then at 1:23, he missed a step back, and with 31 seconds left in the game, LeBron James missed pretty much of a bunny of a right-hand layup. And they were up 5 at the time. That could have made them up 7. So then what happened with 25 seconds left in the game? LeBron James soars across the lane and blocks Miles Turner. He blocked him. Okay, not a big deal because Miles Turner is.
You made a big deal about Draymond's blocks.
Okay, but I'm just saying the game, they're up 5 at this point. Should have been up 7. And what did LeBron do? Let's see what he did. Oh, wait. No, he's shaking his head.
No.
Wait a second. You're playing the Indiana Pacers and you're up 5 with 25 seconds left and you're doing this?
No.
You know what?
No.
And at home, I was SMH. I'm shaking my head over him shaking his head. What a bunch of grandstanding front running. How can you do it? It's the Pacers.
Skip.
If it's Golden State in Game 7, I'll give you shaking your head. But I'm shaking my head over the whole performance last night.